I created this cheap blueprint so you can learn how to fade lights in Planet Coaster 2. I'll quickly explain this setup with a full step-by-step guide after, but this basically has everything you need to create big shows real quick. Once downloaded, you'll see that I'm only using one light to help with this, so simply add it into the sequencer and set it to play on trigger. You can set this for as long as you need, but let's say my show is 60 seconds. Currently this is what it looks like, but we're going to make the light fade in and out to look like this. So all we need to do is create a new sequencer and set the light to swap color on trigger. Change the color to whatever you want and change the play for and fade time now. But once you're done, all you have to do is change the light color back to black by selecting the light itself. Then you just simply copy and paste the sequencer and change times to fit what you need as many times as you want, but as you can see I've set up a 2 second, 0.5 and a 0.2 fade. But when I'm done creating combos, I set up a main show sequencer and then all I have to do is select different combos to create light shows and other things. I'll go over this whole process now step by step, but if you feel like you're good to go, the code is either on the screen now or if Planet Coaster has changed it, it's in the description. So now let's jump into this with more detail. Okay, so let's say that you've just downloaded it like that and added it to your park. So this is pretty much what I've included. It has the light that I'm using. We're only using a single light. I'll do a full like beat by beat breakdown after this. I just wanted to show what the blueprint comes with. It comes with the light that I've already set up. I've set up how to activate it and the different combinations I use. Now this is designed so that you can click on any one of these sequences and be able to go into it and look at the full breakdown of what I've done to get to that point. So I really enjoyed how you could say like click on this one and then when I highlight it you see the sequencer that I've used highlights as well, so you can see where each of the lights is triggering when I press it and which one's going off at that certain time. I haven't overwhelmed it, haven't done everything crazy. I've tried to keep it as simple as I can to really make it easy to understand for people, but yeah, any suggestions you have please do put them in the comments. But let's have a look at a full breakdown of what we did and how we got to this point of completely designing the light step by step. G'day and welcome into Planet Coaster 2. I just wanted to do this real quick video of me showing just a real quick lighting guide for just one light. So at the moment in the game there still is only these 3 options for lighting, so we're just going to pick one randomly and we're just going to quickly jump in and show just the whole little process that I did in the 5-minute video, more dragged out, but just for one light, not to overwhelm you and try to make you learn everything. It's more just like, look, we'll work on one light, one fixture and get it going. So basically with our lighting system, we're going to add a new light. So this can be done for as many lights as you want on this part, or for this one we're just going to do the one light. So as you can see, now with me adding that light into the sequencer, when I press play, or when I actually press play, this is the light activating. So this can be a really cool effect for, say, if you want maybe a strobe effect to go off real quick. Sadly, we can only go to 0.20. We can't go any lower. I know in Planet Coaster we could get as low as like maybe a 0.05 or a 0.02 real quick, but it still works for some effects that you want to get done, but it is still early stages in the game, so it's pretty much just an on and off flash. So that's a cool effect for you to have, but it would be really cool to make this more dragged out. So say if you are doing a lighting show like you've seen with my WrestleMania or my upcoming Baby Metal concert, or even the weird concert that I did before, it's cool to have a fade into that light. So what I normally do is I'll have this, if I rename it, well, I won't be able to rename it, sorry, because if I rename it then it's just going to change everything. So what I normally do is I have this activating the light. So at the moment it's activating the light for 2 seconds. Now Planet Coaster does this weird thing where it doesn't just stop after playing, it continues playing. So if you see me constantly pressing pause and start, it's just the event sequencer. It's something that'll hopefully get fixed later, but yeah, this is in the future. But all you need to do if you want to add a nice fade effect is you click on your light again and you add it, and it just gets added straight into the next one. Now normally what I'll do in all of my other shows is one line I'll have as the activation, or one line will have all of the like actions and stuff like that. But if you've seen in my 5-minute one, that's more of this a real quick version, trying to like like my viewer retention isn't very long, so for that sort of video it was trying to cater to the people that do only watch for 5 minutes and then click off my video. So I wanted to try and teach people how do I use it, but then also entertain. So if this has no sort of structure to this video, I am sorry. So all you need to do simply then is it still activates like normal, but what we're going to do is we're going to change it. And what I normally do is, we will keep it white for the moment, but what I normally do is I'll go in, I'll change on one of them, swap color on trigger. So now we get all these extra options. Now, what I'll normally do is, as explained in my 5-minute one, this is where I will have my light color. So when you're designing your show, I'll normally go and set all these lights on the stage to the color I want. And then all I need to do is go in to do this, and then at the end, I change the color to black for this. And then it'll make sense, sorry, in a second, sorry. This is all over the place. So we'll keep it white for the moment. We'll get it to play for the same 2 minutes that it is playing now, but we're gonna have a fade time of 0.60. Now, if you just do that now, it's gonna turn on like normal, right? Same thing over and over again, it's not gonna look right. So what we're gonna do, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the light, and we're gonna tell it to go to black. Now, whenever you click on this, if I move this one away, so this is our fade one that we've done, and this is just our activate. So sadly, if you do it this way, it will still change color, but it's not activating the light. And then if I do it this way, it's going to activate the light, but it's activating it as black. So you need both. The activation here, it's hard without it saying it. See, if I change this to act, it should, see, it changes both of them, sorry. Without this activation, you won't get the fade. So now when I press play, it'll fade and then fade out. So that's how I design my little fade tutorial of fading lights and getting things to work that way. So they don't work without each other. A way that I cheat in my shows, say if I have a 5-minute show, or let's just do a 60-second show. What I'll tell my activation to do is I'll tell it to play for 60 seconds. And then all I can have to do is go in and change that as many times as I want, so that when I turn the light on, it's still activating on that one sequencer. So let's say I have a whole show with hundreds of lights and everything like that, and I don't want to have to do that individual for each light. What I would do is I would have a second sequencer. I'd get a sign, because as you've seen in my 5-minute one, I do like to have signs next to all of... Where's the signs? I can't find anything in this game. Oops. So I would have that as activate. So this would be my show, which you don't need, you can delete that. And this would be my activate. So say I've designed everything and I don't want to have the tedious part, I would select every light, come into here, and it does just say it's going to play for 2 minutes. But we go 60 seconds. And then say I have a whole heap of different sequences. So let's say, we'll move this over here. This light, 1 minute, fade. Right? Cool, following along hopefully. I'm going to join these all into a group just to make more sense. Oops. And then if I copy this like I did in the other one, I can change this to a 0.5 fade. And then all I need to do is delete this. Sorry, I should have did that in the other one. And if you watch here, as soon as I press enter on 0.5, it will adjust the fade time. You can put that up or down as much as you want. Well, actually, no, you can't. You're stuck in halfway. It would be cool to do a 0.25, but as you can see, it only goes up in tens on this. But that's pretty much just going to be a real quick fade. So if I go back in here, I'm going to delete this because I'll show you how I design my main shows. So let's say I'm ready to design my show. Or actually, no, we'll do another one of these together, and then I'll show you how I do my main show. So remember, this is all the same light. So 0.2, change my sign, 0.5. I think this was a 2 second, yeah, sorry, so this is my bad. Two sec. Oh man, I keep forgetting to press enter. 2 sec fade. I don't know why I did 1 minute, that was a bit silly. But, okay, so, that's at 0.5. If I take that down to 0.2, it's going to be a real quick fade. So, let's say you've played around and you have a whole heap of lights. Normally I'll do about 5 lights in a row. I know if you've seen my DEF CON one, how I had the stage shows separated into the different grid systems of how I set up different lights. So I'll have like the front of the stage, I'll have the top of the stage, and then the left and the right. Actually, I could probably just show you with a blueprint. If you promise to close your eyes and not look at some of the other secret projects I have in here, wherever my concert stage is. Here? No, here? Where is it? Here. Okay. No one look. That's top secret. That's all my upcoming stuff. So pretty much, as I said, was I split my stage in half. So it's this side and that side. I'll design this whole square of the stage. Then all I do is I just do it as a blueprint and copy it over. So it's real simple. And then, as I said, you can break that square down to as many squares as you want. You might only want to do the top. Then you might only want to do the front of the stage. Then you might only want to do this tower and this tower. And then it just snowballs into its own thing. So you might have hundreds of these. I know for my Worlds concert that I did in Planet Coaster, that had, I think, over 200 different ones of these combinations. And then it all just ran off of one sequencer, which I'll show you now how I do. So all I'll have is a sequencer back here, and it will be, if I can borrow this sign, thank you. Main show, left, let's just say. The other thing you can also do, right, is see your sequencer. I always forget to change names, but it's a really good thing if you are learning Planet Coaster to make sure that you do. So this will make sense in a second. So 0.2, and then activate. Okay, so let's say we've done our whole show, we're all ready to go and ready to design our show. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on this, and I'm going to click activate. So now, as you can see, that's using that whole 60-second show that we put in there, and it's ready to go. So all I need to do now is I can just say select all 3 of these, and as you can see, that's why it makes sense with the naming. So now I know that this is a 2-second piece, this is a 5-second piece. And I can duplicate these to my heart's content, and then if we turn the lights off, when you play your show, see, you'll be able to literally customize this however you want. Now, if there are any Planet Coaster, I don't know, developers watching, I think what would help people out a lot is if, when they're clicking on a light, if you could have maybe a drop-down section with pre-configured, like a strobe. Like you could click strobe here and then add like a 5-minute strobe, a 2-second strobe, and then have it where I can have it like fade and not fade, and you'd be able to have so many like drop boxes, because I think that's the struggle I'm seeing with comments is people think this is very overwhelming and like it's a lot, and people would like to design shows, and I'd love to see people really get into designing shows in this game, but they might not know how. So it'd be cool if you could create little drop down sections that had maybe pre-configured designs maybe even like an extra button here of strobe, and then I can just select lights, and it'll then have the drop down of all these lights that I've selected will now strobe when I put it in the sequencer. But I'll leave that part to you guys. But this is going to be uploaded on the workshop. I'll have the workshop code on the screen now, and all you have to do is download it, and it's going to be there for you to literally come in and just dissect, just to go through it. It's literally the simplest setup that I can create in this, to really let you just come in and look around and just find out, like, okay, well, he's done this here and he's worked this out and he's done stuff like that. I'll try to maybe put it on a bigger board and have like an explanation with things around it if I can do that. If not, please do leave a comment. With my Baby Metal concert, I'm trying to figure out a way to do it whilst I was hoping that they would have more lights in the game by now, but it doesn't look like we're getting any sequencer lights, I don't think. So for right now, it still is the 3 lights. So it's still this one and this one. Massive selection, as you can tell. But yeah, hopefully this video does help you out with a couple of different lighting scenarios that you might be going through. But don't give up. It is a lot easier. Just take a deep breath. Any problems you have, please do put in the comments. Like, this is literally from a comment I received today or the other day, and I've literally just thrown this video together to try and help people out, because, as I said, I want you to be able to create massive things in this game. Just remember to tag me, because I love watching them. But yeah, any other questions you might have, do let me know. Anything you would like to see in that massive Baby Metal concert that I'm doing, please let me know. Like, whether you want it to be where I talk the whole way through it and we do it together, or you would like the style of video that I did in the previous sort of faster version of how to create stuff and build stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please download it if you are struggling, and most importantly, make sure you have a great day.